Today is going to be one of those days that we're going to ignore everything around us to try and get some decluttering done. I have this understairs closet that I desperately need to clean out because I cannot find anything in it. I normally try to keep this very, very organized, but it's been a long time since I've touched this closet and it's no longer organized. And there are a lot of things that I feel like are hiding in there that I need. So that's really my main motivation. But I've also talked about how we are probably moving. Like, the odds are we're gonna have to move. My husband has changed careers and is going into full-time ministry. And that is that's likely just gonna take us away from our home base. And that's okay. I've come to peace with that. And I'm using it, I'm channeling that as motivation to get my house like to the bare minimum. We're going to declutter everything we possibly can. This video is sponsored by me. I'd really love it if you would go check out my Positive Things journal on Amazon. It's a super cute place to document those little wins, random joys, and maybe even the funny stuff that made you snort laugh yesterday. Focusing on the positive doesn't ignore reality, but it will help reshape how you see it. The angles in this closet are really difficult to film in, but we've done it before and we'll do it again. And I have a feeling I'm gonna need a lot of trash bags because all I'm seeing is trash, 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 trash. So we're gonna be throwing stuff away today. And this is like the Bermuda Triangle of craft supplies, cleaning supplies, good intentions. And I think that's why I don't like coming in here, is because I see all the wonderful ideas and potential that could be. For instance, good intentions number 1. I bought, I think, 6 of these, 2 for each of my children. And they're like little chef kits. Let's see what this one is. So this one is a volcano cakes. And it quite literally comes with everything that I'm dumping out of the box. Is this still good? Probably not. By the looks of these melting chocolates, probably not. It even comes with like the little molds. Again, good intentions. Came to the craft closet to die. And here's an example of things that have gone missing that we have been looking for, and Steven is going to get such a kick out of these. We took all of his guitars upstairs and we were going to kind of hang them on the wall in the homeschool room. And I had bought these and they literally disappeared into thin air. We had no idea where they went. And they've been sitting in this little white box this whole time. So, yay, first thing found. But I really want to make a point to touch everything so that I can like be a little bit more intentional, because I normally be like, yeah. But like, are these dried out? No, so we're keeping those. Same with this. Love this cleaner. Everybody needs electric dust. Okay, we have first aid kits. I have 2. Do I need 2? No, I do not. Which one is better? Okay, first aid kits. In my medicine cabinet, I basically have a first aid kit. So I'm never going to come in here for a first aid kit. So what I'm thinking is I'll decant these into my medicine cabinet and then throw the packages away. This was probably in our camping stuff, and we don't really camp anymore, so no need to hang on to that. I'm looking at stuff like this. WD-40. I would never think to come in here and look for WD-40. I would go to the garage or the laundry room. So this is not in the right place either. So we're going to put this to relocate. And I know the touch it once great in theory, but I'm a make a pile when the pile is more than I can carry, then go put it away. I'm not about taking 1 or 2 items at a time to where they need to go. That just doesn't work for me. That sounds exhausting. This is gonna be giveaway. I have a little giveaway bin over here. Again, needs to go under the kitchen sink. That's where I store all my mopping stuff. This is where mopping stuff comes to be forgotten about. So I'm gonna throw this one away because I do not like it. But these two I do like. So we just need to move it to the right spot. Septic pods. We don't have a septic tank anymore. Grove Collaborative Tub and Tile Cleaner. See, all this stuff I do not use anymore. As I was pulling out these Grove cleaners, I had a little bit of buyer's remorse because those are brand new. But the reality is I have to dilute those in a separate spray bottle. The one that I bought from Grove broke, so I would have to buy a new one. And I just know I'm never going to use those. So realistically, I'm just going to get rid of it and move on. And try not to beat myself up about wasting money. I relocated everything that needed to be relocated. So I'm going to put back some of these things that are going to stay here. See? Empty box. Okay, next phase is candles, and markers. I think that'll be good to have upstairs. Relocate.
You've been hiding in the shadows way too long. You always thought that you were weak, but babe, you're wrong. Yeah, you better step into the light, just give it a try. Think that it's time you let that spark out. You've been hiding in the shadows way too long. And who cares if you might mess it up? You're stronger than the others think. And who cares if you might mess it up? Go ahead and shine, darling. Go ahead and shine, my dear. 'Cause who cares if you might mess it up? Just shine.
The first time I ever did this closet, I quite literally pulled everything out and put it on my kitchen counter and on my kitchen table and in my living room. It exploded everywhere. And then you know what happened? I got paralyzed. Yep. It probably sat like that for a solid week. So I've wisened up. And I'm doing sort of a no mess declutter, which I first heard from, which I think her name is Dana K. White. She kind of has a no mess declutter, and you just go through it. You kind of shift things around a little bit, you know, sorting and whatnot, taking it shelf by shelf, throwing things away. Yeah, do not ever make that mistake. That was awful. I am easily paralyzed by messes, and I'm getting a lot better of it. So turns out if you get paralyzed, just go ahead, start a YouTube channel, put yourself out there. It'll make you force your way through it. I have an awesome community here on YouTube, encouraging viewers. Y'all are like way, way too good to me, but y'all do an amazing job holding me accountable, so thank you for that. This is a way less overwhelming. It's still overwhelming, don't get me wrong, but it's a much less overwhelming. You can walk away from it at any time and you don't have to worry about the rest of your house. So 10 out of 10 recommend. Just get yourself a giveaway basket and a trash bag. And then when you fill them up, go ahead and take them directly to your dumpster or directly to your car so they aren't sitting around the house taking up precious space. All right, I've made it through the top 2 shelves and already have 1 full trash bag. So that's what the top 2 shelves are looking like now. Anyway, trash bag number 2, ready to go. The way I am throwing things away and donating things is really exciting because normally I really struggle with getting rid of stuff. You know, I see everything, especially crafts, as like potential. I just dumped out a whole thing of craft paint that we have really never used. And then stuff like this where I'm like, okay, I'll throw that one away. But some of them aren't even used. I'm like, okay, I can donate it. Somebody will get use out of it. Because we're not going to get use out of it. And I think I've just come to that realization, and it's totally freeing. These are label kits. And see, another junk bin, garbage. I have 5 bins that I've emptied out that are sitting in the bathroom. You see, I was looking for those. My battery daddy got dumped out in here too, so I'm gonna have to test all these batteries to make sure they're good. This goes with that. What is this? Oh wow, that is so cool. It looks like all the pieces are together. Stem kits. We're definitely gonna use that one. And see, like, ruined. That's probably a $10 game and somebody didn't put it back correctly. Done. And that is very frustrating. This is another one of our fun games that we like. I'm gonna have to fix that box. With a possible move looming over my head, I have just been really energized to like restart my decluttering journey. And I have found that starting in the closets is the best place to start. Mainly because that's where most of my clutter likes to hide. All my delayed decisions and good intentions. And so knocking that out first, gets usually the most overwhelming clutter taken care of. But what it also does is it helps me open up space so that when I go to other clutter areas and I need homes for stuff, my closets are kind of freed up to do that, which could be a catch-22, but most of the time I've found it to be pretty helpful. I don't know. What do y'all think? When y'all think, okay, I need to get on this house, I need to declutter, where do you like to start? We can have a discussion down in the comments.
You shouldn't doubt yourself, 'cause you're a work of art.
serious? Are you serious?
Better step into the light, just give it a try. Know that it's time you let that spark out.
Okay, I made it through at least the games over here. This is everything we're getting rid of. We have another full bag of trash. And then this is everything that we're keeping. So this isn't quite organized, but it is everything we're keeping. I still need to go through this bin. And then shelves will be done. And I think that I want to go ahead and get another shelf here. Because I would like to get this out of the closet, this bookshelf. So I'm going to need to either get rid of everything on this or shift it over here. This top shelf here is like my unused school supplies. I want to find a way to store that. These shelves aren't really conducive to storing books because the edges don't go all the way to the wall. So I'll have to get creative. These are all the bins I've emptied out. I'm so proud of myself. There's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 total bins there. I can feel myself getting a little fatigued. A lot of decisions are going into this, also frustrations, also like I don't know what to do with that. I don't know if all the pieces are there to give it away or throw it away. You know, those things that just kind of take up a lot of space up here. So anyway, so I think going and getting another shelf would be a good break. And also I need to move this stuff out that is not staying and go ahead and take that to the van so we can donate it. Alright, and here's the closet cleaned out from all that stuff. I can tell we're making progress. Alright, so moving on. This thing is on its last leg, but I found this at a garage sale for $3. So I'm going to transfer this into this, and actually I think it'll fit here. Oh, and about that extra shelf I was going to get, yeah, didn't happen. I actually used the barcodes. Thankfully, past Shannon left the stickers on her shelf in her brackets. So I was able to go onto the Lowe's app and scan those. And yeah, one of those white brackets you see there, guess how much? Guess how much just one of those are? 10 doll hairs. $10. So in each shelf needs 3 and the shelf itself costs $22. So it was going to be over $50 just to add a shelf. I must have been rolling in the dough when I put this little shelving unit in, because we ain't on that kind of budget. So we're working with what we have.
I know that it's time you let that spark out. You've been hiding in the shadows way too long. And 'cause if you my message, you're stronger than the others think. And 'cause if you my message, go ahead and shine, darling, go ahead and shine.
Aha! I found the face paints. We had bought face paints and they mysteriously went missing. They were in the paper bin. Treasure number 2 found. Out of all the times that I've done this closet, I have not gone through it quite like I have with a fine-tooth comb. Like, old Shannon would have just organized this on here and not thought twice about it. But I'm actually going to go through this and see just how much of it we need to keep. Because there's like old shipping labels and there's like resume paper. We're never going to use that. So a little life update or ministry job search update, if you will. Stephen's been in the interview process with a few different churches, and he actually just had his first tryout this past weekend. We went to a small town in Texas. It was about 3 hours from here. The population was like 6,000 people. And the closest, like, bigger town was 45 minutes to an hour away. It was pretty rural. And at first I was like, I don't know. I don't know if I can, see myself doing that. But actually, after visiting the church and the people, they were so nice and so welcoming. And, watching Stephen up there, something about it just felt right. It was, if anything, it was just really affirming that he is on the right track. We are on the right track with this big job change, if you will. Stephen was in sales for over a decade, and he was pretty successful at it. I mean, he allowed me to stay home and homeschool our kids, and yeah, so going into ministry, I had to wrestle with it quite a bit, just because life was comfortable, and when you go into ministry, it's not going to pay near as what a sales job does. I may even have to go back to work. I don't know. I've actually already even applied to a few jobs that I thought would be a great fit. So there's a lot of sacrifice that goes into it. But in 2023, he got his master's degree in spiritual leadership. And then things just happened with his car accident and with his sales job that just sort of launched him into this opportunity to go all in with the ministry. So I'm really excited to see where it takes him. I'm a little nervous about possibly moving. Like I said, I'm comfortable. I like our community and all that. But I know whatever the Lord has in store for us, it'll be great. He also has a cool opportunity with his dad to build a nonprofit for addiction recovery, which is another reason why I'm also applying to places so I can help support them in that effort. So I really don't know what the future holds. We'll just have to wait and see. All right, we got games, puzzles up there for now. Probably we'll move those. And then this is going to be like a little bin that aren't square boxes, like car games. We got our dominoes, things that just don't sit flat and pretty. As for this, I think we're going to have to pull out the snap trick. Okay, ready? Nope, that didn't work. Come on. It broke. There we go. And this carpet is in a sad state of repair. I really, really, really want to just rip it out. But I'm not sure I'm up for the challenge of like reflooring it. So I think I'm going to give it a solid vacuum. Possibly a shampoo clean, because I do have a shampooer. And then, I don't know. We did obtain 2 more bags of trash just off the floor. This is the current status of the next giveaway box. And actually, Steven came home and I was like, hey, do you want to take this to the giveaway? And he said, yep. And so actually all that giveaway stuff, all the games, that box full of stuff, gone to our community thrift store. And this vacuum is the real MVP of this project. I had a Dyson stick vacuum and I could sense it was kind of on the way out. So I think I got this one on like a Black Friday sale or something. It wasn't very expensive. It's a Shark, and I'm telling you, it is pretty good. Like, I would honestly put it up there with my old Dyson. It has like a dirt IQ sensing technology or whatever, and I wasn't so sure about it. I don't know how those things work, but I'm like a big skeptic on it. Well, I'm telling you, when I put this vacuum to this carpet, it worked like it had never worked before. I mean, that thing was on like level 10 suction. So it made me a believer. It did a great job getting all the crud and all the little scraps and particles off the floor. You know what? Let's go back and look and see how it started, okay? Although this may only be like a 10-20 minute video, it quite honestly took me all day to get through that. So, I mean, we hauled out a lot of trash. You couldn't hardly see the floor. It was just junk bin after junk bin after junk bin. And now look at it. We actually have a semi-clean floor. When we get the closet done, we're going to figure out what we're going to do with this floor. I'm going to try and shampoo it, see how much we can get up. But this is the closet now. Lots of shelf space. Still need some organization. Our Play-Doh bin is overflowing, as well as our paint bin. These are both bins that we use regularly. So they're kind of the two main craft things that I am going to keep in here. We pared down quite a bit on the games. I'm so excited because that was overwhelming. I'm still missing a few things, but we did find several things that were missing. Y'all keep suggesting I put a lock on this door, and I'm seriously considering it. So I guess stay tuned to see if I get a lock on the door. Also, in part 2, we will be going through this bad boy that has just turned into junk pockets. We're going to make that more useful, as well as clean off this bookshelf and tackle the corner of doom. Once we finish decluttering everything, we're going to put this back together into a functional closet. Can't wait. If you haven't already, go say something kind to yourself, and we will see you in the next one.